it going? It is Sharky Prodiver, and after my channel's hiatus, I think I finally will be able to come back on track. And what better way to celebrate my return? Well, if anybody is celebrating, hey, whatever, everybody is celebrating. So, what better way to celebrate my return than by cooking some of my favorite dishes? This, what you see here, is called syrniki, albeit not in their final form. Allow me to demonstrate. First, we're gonna cook this lovely combination of some quark, some eggs, some sugar and some flour, and mix it up until it's all lovely together in one type of mass. Camera won't focus, it focused. Look at this, really tasty. A bit of a sin about me when I'm cooking cakes or anything of that type. I'm always tempted to eat it in this stage before it actually reaches the final cooking stage. And now what we have here is the result when we have some more flour over here. And we are gonna put some of this mass onto the flour and roll it a little bit until it's all looking, well, like that. So it's all a bit covered in the flour, as you can see on my fingers. What we're gonna do now is we have the frying pan over here, which already has some oil. Can you see the oil? Yeah, you can see the oil indeed. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a knife and cut this, yeah, I don't know what it is, let's call it Syrnik Stage 2. And we're gonna cut Syrnik Stage 2 roughly like that. So we're leaving a bit, that's a bit too big, but hey. We're leaving chunks that are more or less this size. And we're going to now use those chunks to do the following. We are going to take a chunk and we are going to, let's take the big one. And we're going to roll it a little bit more in the flour so that it becomes a bit more covered in the flour. And then what we're going to do, preferably with two hands, but my hand is occupied right now, so that's not going to work. We're gonna, yeah, you know what, that's a bit too big, let's cut it in half. Yeah, there we go. So now I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, much better. You don't want them to be too big, otherwise you won't be able to eat one whole thing. Plus, from my perspective, when you cook such dishes, so pelmeni or syrniki, it's always better to have a smaller sized dish rather than a larger sized dish. There we go. And that's approximately how it should look. A bit round, a bit fluffy. Do not stretch it out too thin, because otherwise it won't be that tasty. And now that we have decided what to do with those syrniks, let's quickly roll them all into the shape, while I will be boring you to death with my plans on the channel, my life update and what have you. Essentially, the reason I quitted the channel was because my filming gear got, well, let's say I broke it accidentally. And therefore I didn't feel like buying a new, another type of a filming gear, and therefore decided to, well, you know what, let's temporarily call it a break. Especially because I also was doing my schoolwork and it was kind of pressing me into a stage that I wasn't able to efficiently make some schoolwork and do my channel. So it went on a temporary break, which lasted for, I think, what was it, almost a year? I mean, I started doing it in November, and I think I went up to December? Yeah, almost a year. Thing is, hopefully I will be back now, and right now I have a, well, worse camera, as you can see, because it's very difficult to make it to focus and all the other jazz, but I think that with the passing of time I'm about to get my new, better phone to film on, and therefore I will be able to be online again. What do I plan on doing? I had a few things planned in my mind. I watched a few other YouTube channels such as Alt Shift X or Ideas of Ice and Fire, and I genuinely got inspired by the way they, well, look at the Song of Ice and Fire, for instance, series by G.R.R. Martin, and do theories on this. And I genuinely have a few things I wanted to talk about from different franchises, and then possibly maybe I could do some gaming, but do not quote me on that, because at its largest it might be some phone games, because I do not have the Bandicam fraps or any other means of recording for my computer yet. Might do it in the future, might not, so do not expect anything like that. And what else? What else? We've covered gaming, we've covered that. Oh yeah, school. School, I may or may not do something for the IB Survivor Diary. I think I've started this series, some people liked it, some people did not like it. Genuinely, I think it would be a better idea to somehow get it to a finish. So I might talk about my cast experience, I might talk about my extended essay experience, I might give some tips and tricks and what have you. That right about covers it. Genuinely, I only have now 10 subscribers as we speak, might get more, so I do not think it would make any logical sense for me to go ahead and, how do you call it? Well, ask my subscribers what they want me to do, because essentially the people that watch me right now, don't get me wrong, every single subscriber for me counts, but with so few people, I don't think it makes it is reasonable to stage a vote of any sort. In the meantime, we're almost done cutting the sirniki up. Really hope that Boris will not sue me because he also cooked the sirniki, although I'm cooking the sirniki more of a secondary thing here. And, oh yeah, while I was absent, I also got addicted to Magic the Gathering card game, even made a few decks, so what I will also most likely do is post a few deck ideas that I have, or talk a little bit about the lore, what I like, what I don't like. So essentially, what I currently see for my channel is... looking good, looking good. What I currently see for my channel is more of a... well, vlog? Yeah, probably vlogs, so it's more like discussions about life, etc. And possibly analyzing the fictional works of literature, because it's a little bit fun. But even then, do not quote me on that. What I might want to do is probably do more of analysis, or probably a little bit of comedy. Although, let's be honest, you did not see me joke yet, so... you may not necessarily know how good my jokes are, but hey, gonna try, gonna see how it all works out. And now we're gonna move to stage of sirniki number 3. We're gonna turn on the flames, and you're gonna see how dirty my, how do you call it, cooking pot? No, that's not a cooking pot, that's the, honestly, how do you call that? So, where the frying pan stands on? The oven? Oh, anyways, my oven is a bit dirty. Apologies for this. But hey, we're gonna make it realistic, so bear with me. In the meantime... So now we're basically waiting for the pan to go warm. And... well, it's slowly getting there. And once it gets warm, we're gonna start adding the sirniki onto the pan. Now, actually there is a good way to check how warm the pan is. Take a small pitch of this pure cocaine, just kidding, it's the flour, and just do this. And if you see that it starts, do you see it? No, you don't see it. Well, essentially, if you see that it starts sprinkling a bit, then it's the time to put the sirniki onto the frying pan. Don't worry, it's gonna take at least, well, 20 more seconds. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I also discovered a little something called IO games, in particular War in Space. Really liked it. And if I get my computer recording program of any kind, I might be able to record that. What essentially I oriented upon is that I would have a, let's say, a game running in the background or anything else, and I will be talking about a matter that I feel important today, or just, you know, ramble about the situations in the world around us, or anything like that. Okay, you do not see it, but it's almost time, so let me just give it a bit of a shake. Yes, no, maybe so. Yes, it's time. Not sure if you saw, but the flour bits that I flew just went poof and began a little bit vaporizing. So what we do, we take a sirnik and we put a sirnik on the pan. And you might hear this sound. That sound. And that means that it was the right time to put a sirnik on the frying pan. Alright. Okay. We're gonna take another one. And do I have space for 2 more? Well, for 3 more actually, because that's 1, 2, and 3. I have space for 2 more, that's for sure. But what about 3? What I'm genuinely gonna try and do in my videos is improve their quality. So for instance, I would like to use less shaky cam and to make my camera follow my moves a little bit clearer, as I'm trying right now. The problem is that when I try to be spontaneous in the video, and well, I was talking 10 seconds ago, I did not control my movements with the camera, and therefore it might have appeared a bit bad. But yeah, so now I'm gonna quickly wash my hands. What's essentially gonna happen to sirniki right now is that they're gonna fry over here for a while. Let's intensify the fire. They're gonna fry over here, and I'm going to flip them over on the other side after 2 or 3 minutes. Then I'm gonna cover it with the lid, reduce the fire a little bit, and then once they're done cooking, I will take them off. So I think I will cut the video in the meantime, because it might take a bit too much time and I'm out of things to say. And the moment then I will have time to flip the sirniki, I will be right back. Alright, hello, I'm back again, and the time has come. Essentially what you want to do before you flip them over is this. And as you have seen, the sirniki have slightly moved, which means that they are safe to flip over. Now once again, preferably done with 2 hands, but because I'm a professional, I'm not. I'm gonna do it with only 1. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, spent too much time in there. And once I flip them all over, remember not to touch the frying pan with your hands, it's very hot. Ooh, yeah, this batch I kind of messed up a bit. But hey. What you might want to watch out for your sirniki is that there is not too much flour, because otherwise they don't become very tasty. Unless of course you like flour. Ooh, that camera zoom is terrible. Okay, that was good. 2 more to go. And after I'm done with these 2, I'm going to cover the pan with the lid and let it cool. Oh, no one saw that. Advice for future: when you cook, use 2 hands, not 1. Oh. Okay, that kind of makes it. So what we do now is take the lid and cover it up and leave it for 2-3 minutes on a reduced fire. That's a bit too much. Yeah, that's a bit better. And now that we are waiting for the sirniks, essentially what you can start doing is putting the rest of the material, if you have it, on the flour again. Start rolling up the sausage ball, cut it up, and prepare it for the frying pan. Now, once you're done with the first batch, if you want to cook the second batch or even more, what you do is always wipe out the pan from oil and, well, residue from the sirniks. And then if you want to cook again, put some new oil on and start cooking. So yeah, I'm back in the YouTube. Hopefully people will like it. If yes, that's awesome. If no, I will use criticism and become a bit better. And on this friendly note, have a nice day.